Are you ready? Are you ready to make more money with ACX? If that is the case, then you are in the right place, because today I'm going to explain in detail how you can publish your first audiobook inside of ACX. So stay there and let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. This is a great video, like always, great videos in this channel where I'm going to talk about how you can publish your first audiobook in ACX. Also, I'm going to talk about a few things that people commonly ask when it comes to ACX before you get into it. Okay, if you still haven't liked this video, go right below, click on the thumbs up, and also make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can receive my weekly video updates where I share with you plenty of tips, tricks, amazing stuff related to Kindle publishing, and several ways for you to make money online. So let's get the ball rolling. Oh, and also I forgot, but if you still haven't got my free guide, then just make sure to get it, okay? Just go right below to jordanlexo.com, which is my website, and subscribe to my newsletter. I will send to you a free guide where I teach you how to make between $300 to $800 with an Amazon book, with a Kindle Amazon book. I teach you the process. It's great, it's free. Why not? Why not? Let's talk about ACX. What is ACX? Well, it is a platform that belongs to Amazon where you can basically get someone to narrate your books and pass them to audiobooks. Of course, you can also narrate your books if you have a good voice, which is not my case. Well, some women say that my voice is attractive, but probably not ideal for audiobooks. So I just get someone to narrate them, and you can do the same thing, and it's a great way for you to make money. One of the main benefits nowadays, with all of this craziness happening all over the world, I guess you know what I'm talking about, the pandemic, as they say, a lot of people and more people are actually listening to audiobooks. I personally spend most of my time nowadays listening to audios. I don't so much just read books. I still like to read books, but I find it just more convenient and a better use of my time just to listen to audios, because I can go for a walk in the street and I can just put my phones and use that time to do some exercise and listen to an audio and learn a few new things. So it's just more convenient, and the business when it comes to audiobooks has been drastically increasing year by year, and now with this situation it is even increasing more. It is a great opportunity for you to get in and start making bank. Who doesn't like money? I like money, you like money, everyone likes money. So it is all about ACX. ACX is ideal for this. Now, about getting an account, this is something that you definitely need to have one. You can actually use the account that you already have with Amazon, and you basically can go over here and get an account with them using the same details from the one that you already have in Amazon. Now, there are a few restrictions when it comes to ACX, and this is a problem, especially nowadays. They have been becoming more and more restrictive when it comes to this, and it's hard for you to escape, and I'm going to provide some solutions. Okay, the problem, this is the main problem. What countries is ACX open to? Okay, they are very, I don't really understand the restrictions. Don't ask me. It is what it is. You kind of gotta accept it if you want to publish audiobooks inside of the platform. I don't know why they don't accept other countries, but it is what it is. So if you are a resident in the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and Ireland, no problems. You can easily create an account with ACX, and you can use all of the features to promote your audiobooks. Now, if you don't reside in one of those countries, which I imagine a lot of people don't, it's kind of a pickle, okay? There are a few ways for you to get away from this. The first one, and possibly the easiest one, is for you to simply use a platform called Author Republic. Okay, it is not as popular as ACX, because once you publish your book as an audiobook inside of ACX, it will go to Audible.com, which belongs to Amazon, and it's one of the biggest audiobook stores in the world. So there's really not much you can compare, and that is the reason why a lot of people go for the second option that I'm going to explain, so they can publish inside of ACX. Now, to make things simple, and if you don't want to kind of lose all of the money by not publishing audiobooks, you can go to Author Republic. It doesn't have the same issue as you have with ACX, except basically everyone. And what you should expect is you can still do plenty of money with their platform, but you shouldn't expect to make so much money as you would do otherwise with ACX. So this is the first solution. The second solution, which is the most complicated one, but it's the one that probably later on you want to kind of embark into, which is simply form a LLC, a limited liability company inside of the US. Okay. Now I'm not going much in detail about this, but once you have an LLC inside of the US, you can basically create an account inside of ACX as being a resident of the US, because basically your company is a resident inside of the US. So this is a lot of things that you need to get into. Also, there are some fees that you need to pay, but when it comes to all of the countries in the world, forming an LLC inside of the US is basically the simplest country, especially in specific states of the US, not all of them, but it's just far simple compared to making one in Europe, in most countries of Europe. So that is what I suggest. This is the second solution, which if you're a newbie, it might be something that you want to get into immediately, or not. If you just want to go and kind of test the waters, just go with Author Republics and later on try to resolve this issue. But at least you have an idea when it comes to this. Okay, so once you have an account with ACX, you want to publish your first audiobook. So you enter into your account over here, and you go over here to this section, and you want to assert more titles. Now, of course, you need to search for your book. So if you have a book, let's say Yoga for Beginners, then you just add over here Yoga for Beginners, and you search for your book. Okay. Of course, I don't have a book about Yoga for Beginners, but let's imagine that you just check this listing. You can also go for the name, for your own pen name or author name, depending what you are using for your book. And you can search by using your pen name or author name. And it's just simpler for you to find your book. So let's say that this one is my book, although it is not my book. But I'm just using this as an example to show to you how you can do this process. So you can see that you have two different options. If you are the person who is going to narrate or already narrated your book, you can use the second option. Or if you already have the audio formats, you can use the second option. In case you don't have, then you go for this option, because you want to get someone to narrate your book. So you just press continue. And you can read this agreements, all of this information, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to spend all day over here. So agree and continue. And yeah, you want to read this will be the description for this book. You may want to pay attention for this and see what it is. Also, you want to go to print copyright and put the pen name or whatever. I'm just going to put Jordan Burroughs because I'm not sure the name of the author of this book. And over here I did the same thing for audio copyright owner, and I put the date or the year, the present year. And for this I'm going to nonfiction. So you want to choose the type of book that you have. In this case it's a nonfiction. And the best category for my book is, in this case, might be spirituality, religion, spirituality. I guess for yoga, could also be health and fitness. because it's not exactly religion. I'm good to, yeah, religion, spirituality seems the best category. So you want to choose the most appropriate category for your book, for your audiobook in this case. Do you want to receive auditions for this project? So what this means is, once you publish basically this job, you will start receiving auditions of people who say, I would like to narrate this book. Basically, you will send a script, which I'm going to show to you how you can do that. They will receive a script, they read the part of the script, and then you receive several auditions from different people. And based on the best voice, the one that you enjoy the most listening, you choose that person to narrate the rest of your book. And that is how this works. Do you want to receive auditions for this project? Yes, I do. Gender. Well, when it comes to spirituality, based on my knowledge, this is yoga. You need to kind of think about the audience of people that read your book. When it comes to yoga, I know from my personal experience, I used to actually practice yoga, and I know that this class is normally, at least normally, I'm not saying that it's the same in every single place, normally it's women who mostly frequent these classes. So in this case, I'm going to choose female. But of course, I mean, if the author of your book, because I know I did this a bit wrong, but if the author of your book is a woman, then it makes sense for you to choose a woman's voice to narrate your book. Now, if it's a man who wrote your book, then choose a male. And English, of course, an accent, I just go for American, general American, because I don't like accents. I like just a really clean English, easy for people to understand without any kind of accent. It just makes everything simple, more simple for people to understand. And voice age, in this case, I'm considering in choosing adult. It really depends on the type of book that you have. And over here, I like to choose, let me check, I like to choose something that is someone who is a bit enthusiastic and excited. You can choose another thing, sarcastic, sheepish. I wonder what this is. Sheepish. I didn't even know that word existed, so I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, I just choose this one. You can put over here a comment. I know this is pretty stupid, but I just say this is a very profitable niche, a lot of money, and just embark in this journey if you want to make money with my audiobooks. Because this kind of depends on what you are going to do, okay? Later on, I'm going to explain more in detail, but you can split royalties or you can pay upfront. If you are in a niche where you see that it's a niche that is really profitable when it comes to their audios, for example, yoga for beginners, it is a fantastic niche for you to sell your audiobooks, because most people probably will buy audiobooks. Now, I mean, if you are like in a cookbook niche where people just don't buy recipe books when it comes to audios, so it is not that ideal for you to pay upfront. So I recommend for you to pay upfront when it's something that you see that has a good potential of you making money with audios. For all of the rest, I recommend for you to split royalties. If you're in a tight budget, you don't have someone to pay upfront, then split royalties. If it's a niche that it's not that profitable, then just split royalties. Okay. I'm looking for someone to narrate. Extremely profitable niche. I usually don't put anything special over here. And you can put some notes, but I'm not going to put anything over here. I'm just going to download or upload, in this case, the script for my book. So the script for your book is basically you grab you have your book, you grab like 3 pages of the most interesting part of your book, and you pass that section to a new file inside of Word or inside of WPS Office. You pass that to another new file, and you just paste those 3 pages over there, and then you pass that to a PDF, and then you send that as a script. Then once you receive an audition, supposedly the person who sends you the audition will have read your script, and this gives you an idea of whether or not their voice is good. So I'm just going to continue over here, and actually I'm not sure why this is appearing, but okay. I'm not sure why this is appearing over here, but let's save and continue. I think that section is new. This is something that usually chapters and names is something that usually it is your narrator that does this. So it's not something that but if you want, you can have your chapters and then your narrator basically just publishes the audios for each chapter. For me, this is a new section. I don't remember seeing this, so I was kind of surprised now, but not a big deal. In this page, you want to put the word count of your book. I think this book has about 15,000 words, so that is basically an hour or something. And what territory rights do you own? In this case, world. And as I said, you can choose exclusive. That means that your audiobooks will only be published and promoted inside of audible.com, and for that, or other platforms that belong to Amazon, and in that case you receive a 40% royalty. Now, if you decide to go non-exclusive because you want to promote your audiobooks in other platforms that don't belong to Amazon, then you can choose the second option. But as I already said, if you have the possibility of using ACX, just use the first option, because I mean, Audible is one of the most popular audiobook platforms out there, and you just do way more money if you choose that option. Now you have 2 choices: royalty share and pay for production. Okay. Once again, I'm going to repeat what I said previously. If you have the money to pay up front, you see that your book is in a niche that most probably it will be profitable in audios, then go for this first option, because you just do way more money with this option. And if you are in a tight budget, don't have much money, then go for the second option. Or if you see that the niche that you are in is not profitable in audios, this is cookbooks, as I already explained, go for the second option. You will split the royalties with your narrator, because as you saw over here previously, you receive a 40% royalty each time that you sell one of your audiobooks to a customer that goes to one of the stores that belong to Amazon. And in this case, you will split those royalties with your narrator. He or she receives 20% royalty, and you receive the other 20% royalty. So in this case, just go up front, and you can choose which one you want. I'm going to choose the first option. So as you can see, this is basically how much I will pay for this amount of time. And then you just save and continue. I'm not going to post this shop because I guess you get a good idea. So once this is done, and this is not my book, so I'm not going to do everything over here. So once this is done, you just want to post to ACX, and once you post your job to ACX, it will take some time, and eventually you start receiving some auditions. Based on the auditions that you receive, choose the best voice for your audio, and yeah, that person will narrate your book. This might take about a month or more for you to get your book narrated. This is the reason why once you publish your book inside of Kindle, and also inside of as Kindle, and it also has a paperback, I suggest for you immediately jump to ACX, because this takes quite a long time until you have your book narrated and appearing inside of Audible and also inside of the Amazon store. It might take a month or so because your narrator, you don't know how long he or she will take to narrate your book. It really depends on the length of your book. So the lengthier your book is, the more time he or she will take to narrate your book. And the other part is also ACX. They need to verify the content in your book, and this may take like 15-20 days for them to do this, or even more. It really depends on a lot of factors. So this is the reason I suggest for you to immediately jump to ACX. Don't waste time. Immediately get your book narrated, so you don't need to basically lose money, because I mean, this is a great way for you to make money. Okay, that is all for this video. If you have any questions, just leave it right below in the comments section. Also, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you still haven't done it. That is all for now. Stay tuned with Jordan and Lexo, and bye.